Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today we are going to be showing off Yoimiya. So I'm very happy with this character's design. I think she is so fun, and please Paul save her. Shit. How you guys doing? How's your week been, huh? Yeah, but yes, my friends, today we're going to be showing off my Yoimiya, and I'm going to be trying to talk to you guys about how you should build her. Now, I want to make another video, hopefully when she gets fully fledged built, but I also want to get you guys a good, I don't know, I feel like this is a good midpoint, because I did hyper invest in this character, and I was really excited for this character. Now, I already made a video talking about some other things about her, you've probably seen it, but regardless, I wanted to make a video about, like, me in my progression to make her, hopefully, work. Yeah. And I'm there a little bit, but there were a lot of things that were weird hiccups that I just didn't suspect on doing. And again, one of the things that I heard recently was that, yeah, Yoimiya, and I've heard this quite a bit, Yoimiya, you shouldn't bring her talents up past, I think it's 6 or 7. I think it's maybe 7. Just because her this does not ascend damage-wise at all. Like, he just does not level up as you are leveling it up. So don't do that, GRINN. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, just a little... Yeah, so some would say that I already did it, just because I was like, you know what, I said I would level her up all the way to 90 and crown her. I probably still will. I just want to see if Ball can really help her to a huger extent, and then I may level up to 3 characters. Who knows? Fucking Christ. But right now, yeah. Yeah. Of course, I am mostly kidding. But yes, Yoimiya, I leveled up her talents to level 9, 9, 9, and then 6. This one, I'll be honest, guys, this one to me was the most heartbreaking one out of all of them, because I was expecting this to bite, but I seen a person with a build that seemed like it crushed. But no dice. But again, maybe with the new artifact set that scales off energy recharge, that may make her or this actually do good. But it probably won't be as good as Baido or Shincho, because Baido and Shincho is already good, even if you don't have the energy recharge set. You know. But who knows? Maybe that does end up working out in that way. I digress. I just didn't level it up all the way up there because I just also am not able to use it because I am using Yoimiya's quote-unquote best weapon. It's really the Rust. The Rust is the best weapon, but this weapon does give me a little more damage because I can't right now invest in getting the Rust, unfortunately, because I never got it when it was around, and yeah, I only had 1 copy of it. Regardless, yes, if you do have Rust, use the Rust. The Rust is significantly better in most ways. But yes, I'm leveling up this one, which a lot of people kind of talked about how there's an issue with this weapon in combination with Yoimiya and her energy recharge, or her ult, because your ult needs to be full in order for you to get a huge surge of like 40 or 50 some odd damage bonus on your normal attack. If you just don't use her ult, you're going to be okay. Now, the part that fucks with this a little bit is that it intrinsically falls apart because you need to use her ult to some extent, or at least it helps massively. Not only because if you have this perk, it massively helps that you use her ult, it scales up your damage, or others' damage, sorry, not Yoimiya's, your other support characters' damage, which is nice, as well as if you have maybe your Constellation 1, it's automatically, when activated, it increases her attack by 20% for 20 seconds. So yeah. So yeah, you probably want to use her ult, but I kind of wanted to use weapon, and honestly, the way you use Yoimiya and the way you are strong with Yoimiya, it does seem like it's very involved with her just basic attacking like crazy, and yeah. As of my Yoimiya, in terms of her stats, she has 2,000 attack, and yeah, no, not a lick of elemental mastery. In terms of her crit rate, she has 62 and 116 crit damage. I can pivot this, but right now, just as far as the stats and the stars align, I am not quite there yet. So let's go and look at my artifacts. Basically, this is not very good. A lot of my attack percent went into attack. Flat attack, not a crit damage or anything like that. So if I could get this a little bit better, I'd be much better off. If I could get this better as well, I'd be a lot better off. And this is the kind of thing I'm switching between. Do I want crit damage and have like massive surges of damage, or do I want higher consistency? This one has higher base attack, so that's why I chose that one, just to go with that one because it has 22 base attack. This one has 5% crit rate, which is just just like not even a thing there, and all of it went into HP, so it's not even like it went into other good stats. So of course we're using critical rate, but everything else is pretty good. That's 20 crit rate on a Pyro Goblet with 7% crit rate and 4% attack percent. That's insane. Percent. Anyway, this is bad. This is okay. 13% crit damage and 15 attack and energy recharge. That's not bad. Yes, it'd be cool if one crit into crit damage, but the attack percent's a nice consolation prize. Anyways, and then this one went in 20 into critical damage, and I still only kind of barely peaked the threshold of the attack, or the critical damage being beyond 100. Let's get into the minutia of all of this stuff. So one of the things that is absolutely essential for Yoimiya, which who would have thought? It's a ranged character, all right? It's a ranged character. What the F? Okay? It is a ranged character. So with the ranged character, you think I'll be able to be over here and just be able to hit from far, and then I'll just backpedal and just fuck them up that way. No, every enemy just like a fucking mindless Terminator just waltzes straight up to you and just kicks you in the teeth. So yeah, that doesn't work out. Also, Yoimiya has like absolute zilch in terms of interruption resistance, so she just gets knocked around like constantly. And the thing is that wouldn't be as bad as if when she gets knocked, she doesn't like, basically, you know how every character has like a huge combo lag like that, but Yoimiya doesn't really have that. She kind of has this, like, she just feeds right into her other attack pretty fast. But if you get hit with like a stagger hit, you basically get that long ass pause. So you need to have some shielding character in some way, which is maybe why Diona was on her banner. But yeah, Zhongli debuffs people to physical or elemental resistance, so you're going to be able to hit harder with your flames, as well as the shield's just unpenetrable, as well as if you have him on the Bull Light set, he basically gives you bonus attack percent for your whole team when his E hits something. Great, and he also has a CC ult, which just makes Zhongli absolutely fantastic in every regard. But yeah, also one thing I should mention, Yoimiya has an absolute astonishingly low amount of health and survivability. Again, Hu Tao scales off of HP, so she just kind of weirdly works in terms of like, I not only deal fuck off damage, but I actually have a shit ton of survivability. So as far as team compositions, the one that I found weirdly works the best is Zhongli providing a shield, Bennett providing damage amplification, as well as giving me my particles, so basically I can use Yoimiya when she has her full ult, so that I can get the bonuses of the bow. Although again, if you have the rust, you will not have a lot of these problems. Anyways, and then Shincho, people are saying that like Shincho is not as good for Yoimiya. A, I don't have Bido that leveled up, and B, bullshit. Shincho, even outside of elemental reactions, which is what a lot of people like to use him for, he still does like 6k bonus damage on his hits. So, and you launch 3 swords. So sure as shit, it's definitely worth using him. Not only that, but you heal from him and all these other things. So Shincho, absolutely massive, huge, definitely worth. Anywho. Again, but this is probably where I'll put Ball or maybe Bennett, or who knows. Yeah, I feel like you could run a team with Ball and Shinshu and Zhongli, and Shinshu could give you some healing to keep your head above water. You could also just replace Shincho with Ball and do it that way as well. But I digress. Let's get into Yoimiya. But first, this is also just the best place where I can kind of show off what the hell's happening, just so we have a good bit of things. So the sequencing that I like to do with my Yoimiya is do this, put a shield on them, switch to Bennett, hit, and then switch to Zhongli so I can benefit from that. And then if I don't have Xingqiu's ult, which I do, I'll use Xingqiu's ult, and then I'll sequence into Yoimiya. And yeah, so you see we're doing 7k damage, and that's with, I think we were in Bennett's ult there, so we had a stupid surge of attack percent bonus. We just did 18k there, that wasn't bad. But yeah, see, like Shincho is still hitting for like 3 to 4k, not 6k. I think I've seen 6k when I'm in Bennett's ult. But yeah, basically, yeah, and also, this is the thing, we're dealing, what is it? 1,000, 400, 300, what's the highest we can ever hit with one of these if they crit properly? Also, let's do this, put this on, just so we're not getting wrecked. 3,000. Yeah, see, 6,000. Okay, yeah, so right there, we just hit for 7,000 on a crit with our arrows. And what are we gonna do when we activate our fire dance, giving us 150 or 40 or whatever it is more damage? You ready? Let's see. Oh, they're gonna despawn. 5k, 10k. Okay, so we're doing consistent 5k, but my base attack does that. Like what? That was 2,000. I think I just seen in there. So yeah. So yeah, like the big fuck off surge of damage. I'm like, I mean, yes, it does go from like 10 to 20k sometimes. That's true. But shit, man, it just does not feel like you're getting 158 bonus attack damage on top of this weapon giving you an extra like 50% damage as well as when we activate our E, we get 50% more damage. Sure as shit, that doesn't feel like we're getting that much more bang for our buck. Especially when these two are significantly tied to one another. The weapon when I have full alt, and then when I have my E, which directly contrasts that, but still. Anyways, maybe I didn't have my alt in one of those, so maybe it's just a scuffed thing in general, but yes. Regardless, you can make her work. I was kind of just trying to show you guys the weirdness of all that stuff, but yeah, let's actually show that it can work. And this is weird because again, my thing is like give it to Yenfei. Give it to Yenfei, who has mass AoE damage, who can just make all of these people get soaking damage constantly. I did not want this to be a video where I'm just out here fucking done with it. I wanted to try to be helpful. So again, let me be helpful then. One of the biggest things with Yoimiya, the biggest tip that I could possibly give you guys, it was what I was trying to talk about when I talked about her shield. So the reason why Yoimiya needs a shield is because the minute that you're not attacking is the minute you fall apart. So you really do need a Diona with a bunch of HP or a Zhongli with a good scaling shield, because you cannot move. And this is something that sucks because I play Razor. Razor's all about like iframe dodging and like cutting out your attack combination and cutting out your E by dodging, using your alt and then cutting it out by dodging again. So you're always pivoting on your stamina kind of thing. Yoimiya, weirdly, her basic attack doesn't use up stamina. So you think that like, oh, that'd be a bonus for Yoimiya, is that you have stamina so you can sprint away. I guess, but you're never supposed to stop firing, because if you stop firing, then your damage just plummets. Because the way, it's kind of weird to explain, but the way that Vaporize, an elemental application, works, it's perfectly on the timer of her like second attack string. This is still not as good as being able to like have it perfectly sequence up with every one of your attacks, but still it's something. Okay, start. So this is what you're supposed to do again with thing. Give her protection. Again, I also like to use Zhongli to his fullest, more or less. Also, I'm not collecting the little thing because it's going to give me a bonus, attack bonus if I collect the Electrogram. Activate my E, there we go. That's going to take us, but see, now we have our ult. So now we're doing peak damage because our bow is scaling up like mad and we cannot stop attacking. But also, Yoimiya backpedals like you would not believe, so she constantly gets out of range. Constantly. So then I would just resequence because we're waiting for her ult to basically come back, and the way I have Zhongli built, I am on a pretty good amount of that, so we're always able to kind of weirdly sequence, or at least get close to. Again, pushing me out of my ult, so now I have to stop firing, which again is something that you do not want to do. Yes, 26k there, I just seen 29k, I think I've hit for 3k when I'm in Bennett's ult, but that is not consistent. That is like a random ass thing that happens. With Razor, you can argue that it's kind of goddamn consistent. Like you're probably gonna have that happen pretty consistently. We're gonna do this. We're gonna again do this. Hopefully get a lot of people there. Boom, boom, boom. This. We got our ult back because all of those particles went into Yoimiya. Lovely. And again, we're just gonna keep hitting. Again, people will push you out of the ult and all that stuff. And just again, the fact that you're an archer is irrelevant because every enemy just fucking runs right up to you, and you're like, well, this is just, why am I an archer? It just seems like everyone's goddamn fucking Usain Bolt up in here, wrecking me. Jesus Christ. And then we'll sequence this, and again, I would agree that overload would be amazing because one of the things that people say is that is single target DPS, so that's why she has limitations. So overload can be a nice like a way to subsidize that, especially maybe possibly if you have Ball, who's going to constantly scale up your massive attacking to detonate Electro, and you can further detonate overload. I don't think that's the main problem, unless they scale up Overload's damage to be fucking cruel. But yeah, I just don't know why you wouldn't use Hu Tao and Ball. But maybe people don't have Hu Tao. But that's a weird argument because yeah, I just feel like you could use Xiao, you could use fucking you could use Yenfei. You don't have to use a burst DPS. You could just use another kind of DPS. So yes, in the pursuit to make Yoimiya work, you're gonna need to shield up and then just switch to her, use her E, and attack, and attack, and attack, and attack. And by the way, yes, my Yoimiya has a lot of work to do. The thing that's funny though is, like, as much as I want to be a person of my word, I might have to break this, so forgive me, hopefully it makes sense. But I did say I was gonna probably max out her talents. This does not level up at all. It goes from 58, like almost nothing in the game has that little of advanced scaling. Like this, a little bit more, I think. Let's see, you go to 59 to 53. Never mind. So like it is hyper useless to invest in any of those things. So, you know.
Fireworks are for now,
but yeah.
for forever.
But yeah. I don't know. Maybe just the play is to just use. Fuck. All right. So this video is taking a turn. I was showing off my Yoimiya. I mean, I basically did it. That's the way you kind of weirdly need to play her. Yes, maybe Ball can help her. I don't think she can save her. For what it's worth. Maybe. Who knows? I think, again, it's just like the same argument as why I wouldn't use Ball and Yanfei, Ball and Hu Tao, Ball and Razor. I want to see something, because maybe, I talked about this in the video that we did, but I want to see, because maybe there's a big pooba here that I'm just not aware of. So let's go here. Not here. Let's change Venti out for Yoimiya, and she's going to act as a support kind of character, alright? God in heaven, help me. But also, this is going to be the annoying part, I'm going to switch Yoimiya's kit and Shinchu's kit out. Shincho has a pretty decent amount of crit rate, crit damage, all that. He's got an okay amount of energy recharge. I wish he had more, but he's still getting a nice little bump from all of that. He's got hydro damage, so we might not replace his cup, but that could be the only thing that stays. I think, yes, his cup is the only thing else that he has on as well. So, Yoimiya! Then, switch. I'll be back. Okay, they're switched. Do I really want to put her on this? No, because it's going to not give any sort of attack salience. No, we'll go official. We'll go with this. Yeah, so it's just crit hits. It's not necessarily like attacking. So it's any sort of critical hit will give me an like energy, so I can maybe back to back my alt, and also this gives her more energy recharge. So what are her stats now as a weird support Yoimiya? 70 crit rate, huge. Actually a stupid more, like a crazy amount more crit damage, which is fucked up. And now even more scaling with her energy recharge. This is just a better build in general, except a little bit less attack. Let's see how this plays. That's fucked up. Why are her stats better on that cup? I mean, goddamn Shincho. Or even maybe Ball. But anyways, so yeah, we have Chi-Chi there for healing, as well as just, you know, adding super conduct whenever I need it. So let's see how this plays. This way, this is where Yoimiya is just being played as a support, okay? So we're going to use Zhongli as some good old defense. We're going to use this, get some particles. We're going to do this. Oh, I should have used that to build up more attack. It's fine. We should be able to manage this. Well, where's the thing? Yeah, I need to hit that. Boom, done. Boom, boom. I can't see what it's hitting for. Did I hear 2K? I can't see because Razor hits too hard in general. 6K, okay. Massive. 6K. Again, we've already established Shincho, fucking rickety Rex. But sure, where is it? Oh, it's gone. It's gone now. Let's reapply everything. We'll do one of these. We'll do one of these. I'll just, because we don't want that stuff on cooldown, we'll do this. We'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this. Boom. So now we should have more attack, which is awesome. I think we're only hitting for 2K despite us having such high crit rate. 6K. Yeah, so we have such high crit rate, so we're probably seeing 5 to 6K is the main thing we're gonna be dealing. And we have a good bit of energy recharge, so that we should have a pretty decent amount of scaling on that. The good news is that it's always up to be used. The bad news, I don't know why we have any incentive to use it. Because it just doesn't deal damage. So I thought, like, maybe if I put a bunch of damage behind it, it would really, like, I mean, it does do AoE if they're really close, so that was one instance where they actually shared damage, so there's something. Also, one thing I'm not considering is that also it's going to buff up Yoimiya's base attack. So like when I use her E bunch and I use her alt, I'm going to be able to get more attack for Razor. So theoretically she's like this weird attack buffing support, but only giving me 20 more attack is nothing absolutely, you know, vile. Let's see. I don't think I'm hitting any bigger numbers. 8K on a bad day, 23K on a good day. It's pretty... Yep, I don't know if we're doing... and this is without super conduct. If I were to throw Chi-Chi in there, maybe things would be fucking wild and over here, you know? I don't really get that much attack from this. I got 10% attack, but even still, maybe with super conduct I'll be able to manage. like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really think it's happening. Let's see 23k there again. That's what we see consistently with Razor. Yeah, the only thing that people could say is like, but Razor has a 5-star weapon, and yes, 5 stars matter, my guy, but like nothing to the extent of like, what do you call it? Like it's 20% physical damage, you know what I mean? And it gives me a little more attack speed, so it's not like it's fucking breaking the bank. Also, it's not like a weapon that's giving me 80% or 40% more damage or 50 some odd more damage with my other one. So I was actually hoping to see more from that, because I was blown away when I seen Yoimiya's stats, where she had more critical damage, more critical rate, yeah, and even more energy recharge. All of that's sequencing in a more damage amplification for her in general. Regardless, yeah, I think it's, I don't know, if she's a character that needs to be made by a team, it feels weird, because if that is the case, then why wouldn't I just put any other character that's like her in the team? You know? Like Yanfei, Huta, anything. So that one feels weird to me. I was wondering why Shincho was packing a little bit of a punch with like sometimes doing 5 to 6k. I know it's not the craziest thing. I know other people have significantly better build Shincho. Again, I do like the character design. I think she can be usable. I just think she does feel like I get really close to just being able to not do the things that are necessary to do in the game. Which is, like, people are like, yeah, but you do everything in the game. It's like, yeah, but all these people who show you doing everything in the game have super invested in that character. So unless I can somehow get that much resin, get a 5-star weapon, all that shit, I feel like I'm kind of like, yeah, but so you're saying, you say what it is. It's like a whale or a person who's a pretty heavy spender or just incredibly lucky can do everything in the game. But my 4-star Razor is out here shredding shit, and I didn't have to spend an abundance of wishes on him at all. But yet I did for her. So we start getting into weird conversations. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to give up hope just yet. They might add, I don't know, they may add an artifact set. Really? They may add an artifact set that gives you more than 50% damage. Great. Great. Maybe. And why wouldn't I give it to anybody else anyways? They may add a weapon. They may, maybe people are 100% right where Ball could just take her to the next level. I could see that being somewhat the case, because she just attacks incredibly quickly, so she's going to be able to keep Ball's detonation on her toes. I still am just crushed that this is not something that's actually usable, because it looks so nice. It's the most pointless thing I've ever seen. It doesn't melt wizard shield, nothing like that. Anyways, yes. I will make another video probably on Yoimiya when I eventually finally do figure out what's, like, how to make, because she is, I'll be honest, she is on the brink of feeling good. Like, when she feels good, she feels really good, but a lot of it is like vaporize. Like, when you hit a vaporize proc, you're like, fuck off, yes, and then you're sitting there like, well, there's a bunch of enemies moving towards me. That single target damage, man, is really fucking me. It's really fucking me right now. I don't know what to do about this shit. Gah. So yeah, but nevertheless, I think there is some work that I could do with 2 of her artifacts that are out of alignment, such as this one and of course this one. So hopefully we find a good one. Who knows? Hopefully. But if we do, I will make another follow-up video about Yoimiya. I honestly, I was really hoping that at the very least I could have made her a really good support. From what I just seen, didn't feel that good. Using her as a support, putting her in the support role. So, yeah. Anyways, fingers crossed that I can figure out something. I don't know what it is. Again, maybe fingers crossed Ball saves her, but if that's the case, then that's a bad deal, man. You gotta buy 2 fucking 5-stars to make the first 5-star feel like she has any like semblance of being in the same category as the 5-stars. Also, if you do have Kazuha, that could make her damage significantly better, so that is something I should consider. You could debuff people, weaken them to fire, as well as buff the shit out of your fire damage. Again, same argument applies, giving the other character the same level of investment that you're giving to Yoimiya, and yeah. But even outside of, like, you could make her work, these are the things that you could utilize to make her work that I do not have access to. Hence why I'm a touch more bitter than it's seemingly other people. But alas, yeah, honestly, guys, I will say I'm a bit bent that her like support capabilities was like 6k, and it detonates every 2 seconds, and Shincho one of his swords hits for like 3 to 6k, given the circumstance, and you have 3 of those, so you're just popping off pretty hard. Regardless, yeah. Again, I'll try to make her work. I'll try to see something, figure out something. If there's an angle that I'm not aware of, I'll try to utilize it. But until then, I am just doing the best that I can with a little bit of resin that I do have. Fingers crossed, Ball can keep her head pretty above water. Wish me luck. All that. Best I got. Sorry, I know it's not a lot. Was hoping for more. This is the best I got. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. If you manage to subscribe or share the video around, thank you. This is a weird video to do that with, but thank you. I think in the next video I want to test my not very leveled up Hu Tao, but let's save that for another day. Thank you so much, and goodbye.